Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Hope Valley is calling once again. This time it's more heartfelt, more emotional, and more life-changing than ever before. As Hallmark Channel's beloved drama When Calls the Heart heads into its monumental 13th season. Fans, or Hearties as they're affectionately called, are preparing for a season filled with new beginnings, surprising reunions, medical miracles, and deeply rooted love stories. This is your ultimate deep dive into Season 13, a season that promises not only to honor the show's rich past, but carve a bold, new path for its future. There's something timeless about Hope Valley. From the rustic saloons and schoolhouse walls to the quiet mountains that stand sentry over the town, the setting remains a character in its own right. And Season 13 begins with a bittersweet echo. Elizabeth, Nathan, Allie, and little Jack have moved to Cape Fullerton for medical treatment. But Hope Valley continues to breathe, change, and evolve. As the opening scenes unfold, we see the town preparing for winter with warm hearts and cautious hope. The community has grown used to change, but without Elizabeth's nurturing presence, the void is felt deeply. Rosemary and Lee attempt to fill the emotional gap, organizing town gatherings and holiday celebrations. Hoping to stitch a sense of wholeness through community effort, the heart of the show beats strongest in the story of Elizabeth and Nathan, now newly married and living in Cape Fullerton. Their decision to move was not easy. Hope Valley has always been Elizabeth's soul, but the life of their son, little Jack, takes precedence. Diagnosed with juvenile diabetes, little Jack requires constant care and early 1900s medical treatment that only a big city can offer. Season 13 explores the sacrifices of love. Elizabeth and Nathan are tested like never before, through handwritten letters, long train rides, and shared tears. They begin to understand that home is not a place, it's the people you love. Nathan, fiercely protective, takes on new responsibilities. While working as a Mountie in a more dangerous region, Elizabeth teaches again, but this time at a Cape Fullerton academy, offering an entirely different world from the one room Hope Valley schoolhouse she once cherished, despite their distance. From Hope Valley, both continue to influence the town from afar and eventually must face the decision of returning home or building a new one elsewhere. In one of the most tender plot lines this season, Bill Avery finally lets down his guard. Following the rekindled spark with Inspector Georgie McGill, played by a magnetic new guest star, we see a romance that's quiet, confident, and full of second chances. Their love story doesn't have the dramatics of youth, but it doesn't need to. Instead, it's built on a foundation of mutual respect, shared pasts, and the knowledge that love isn't bound by age or timelines. Georgie takes on a more permanent role in Hope Valley, helping Bill with legal investigations while stirring up a new side of him, one that's lighter, more open, even romantic. The town rallies behind them, proving that everyone deserves a chapter of joy. Rosemary remains the spirited heartbeat of Hope Valley. Running the Valley Voice and the town's new radio program, she brings laughter, news, and the occasional scandal into living rooms everywhere. But in Season 13, her story deepens. Her and Lee's daughter is now a toddler, and the Coulters are learning to navigate parenting while maintaining their roles as community leaders. Lee, now a mentor to younger men in town, begins rebuilding the sawmill. And Rosemary considers writing a book, part memoir, part tribute to Hope Valley's women. Their marriage continues to shine as one of the healthiest and most supportive on television, offering a roadmap for partnership and humor in times of change. After a heart-shattering breakup in Season 11, Lucas Bouchard took a back seat in Season 12. But in Season 13, he returns with purpose, now serving as a regional governor. Lucas is determined to bring progress and prosperity to the Western Territories. Yet beneath his professional polish is a man still searching for home, for healing. His scenes are tinged with melancholy, watching from afar as Elizabeth builds a life with Nathan, a new face. Edie Martell enters Lucas's orbiton, intelligent and driven journalist with a complicated past. Their connection grows slowly, founded on mutual respect and personal wounds. Could this be the beginning of Lucas's next chapter? Season 13 beautifully expands its focus to Hope Valley's next generation. Allie enters her teenage years in a new school in Cape Fullerton, struggling with identity, independence, a longing for home. Back in Hope Valley, Angela Canfield continues to inspire. Despite lingering prejudice and limited access to resources for the visually impaired Timmy, Emily, and other familiar young faces are beginning to question their roles in a town that is slowly growing up with them. Friendships form, rivalry spark, and for the first time in a while, we see Hope Valley through younger eyes, setting the stage for possible spin-offs or future seasons focused on a new generation. A twisty subplot unfolds as a traveling salesman goes missing, and Bill is pulled into a layered mystery involving land rights, a forged deed, and a long-lost mine on the outskirts of Hope Valley. He's joined by Georgie, and together they form a detective duo that's both endearing and formidable. The mystery adds a sense of danger and suspense to the season, offering a tonal shift that balances the romance and emotion with adventure. Dr. Faith Carter, newly returned from training in Chicago, continues to redefine the role of a woman in medicine. Her clinic becomes a safe haven, and her character more than ever embodies independence. Fiona, back from San Francisco, considers opening a telephone exchange and finally faces the decision of settling down. This show allows these women to lead their own arcs without needing a romantic pairing. Although one may still surprise viewers, this season celebrates womanhood in all its complexity: love, ambition, motherhood, and solitude. From barn dances and Christmas pageants to town elections and unforeseen illness. When Calls the Heart, Season 13 reminds us that life is a series of small victories and quiet losses. When a snowstorm traps several townsfolk in the church for 2 days, personal grudges are laid bare, secrets are revealed, forgiveness is tested. In a later episode, tragedy strikes when a fire destroys part of the town's sawmill. The recovery is painful, but Hope Valley rises, as it always has, together. By mid-season, Elizabeth and Nathan are faced with a choice: stay in Cape Fullerton for stability and medicine, or come back to Hope Valley for heart, home, and community. The tension builds slowly. Elizabeth receives a letter from Rosemary, filled with longing and local updates. Lee misses her friends. Little Jack's health improves thanks to a new doctor who suggests a path forward in Hope Valley. In a stunning 2-part finale, Elizabeth makes an emotional return just in time to teach the school's spring term. Her return is met with open arms and tearful smiles, as if no time has passed at all. Faith versus fear, in illness, in absence. In love, progress versus tradition, new governance, gender roles, resilience in the face of uncertainty, the core of Hope Valley's charm. What sets When Calls the Heart apart is its ability to make the ordinary feel sacred. A handshake, a silent look across a room, a lantern glowing at dusk, these moments form the emotional backbone of Season 13. Elizabeth resumes her position at the school. Nathan prepares to rejoin the Mounties stationed near Hope Valley. Bill proposes to Georgie in a quiet, fireside moment. Lucas, watching the town grow without him, decides it's time to chart a different course. And Rosemary, she writes the first line of her memoir, "In a town called Hope, I found everything I never knew I was missing." Season 13 is not just another installment, it's a homecoming, a reflection, and a rebirth. It speaks to every viewer who's ever lost something and found it again. Every person who believes in redemption, renewal, and the unstoppable power of community. With thoughtful pacing, warm cinematography, and a cast that continues to grow more comfortable in their skin. When Calls the Heart proves once more that stories don't need to be flashy to be unforgettable.